You're listening to the Indie 500 podcast, where most weeks we break down a different randomly selected album from NME Magazine's top 500 albums of all time list, or maybe interview somebody cool and call that an episode for the week. However, this week and last week, we're taking a little bit of a summer break, but not to leave you completely hanging. We wanted to check in and do a little mini-sode for you with a few segments, a little talking, and everyone's favorite game, Noel Way, where Helio guesses which Oasis-related stories are true or false.
Spoiler alert, they're all true.
In a way, they're all true. In spirit.
In spirit.
But before that, we did want to do a little cold open question.
Yeah, for listeners who don't want to go 1 week with our invaluable input and dulcet tones, which one or two episodes, Brady, of the podcast would you recommend, just in case they're hopping on the train now, or maybe have some time to fill during these summer months?
Yeah, so if you're really jonesing for the Indie 500 podcast, and maybe you haven't heard all the episodes, or maybe you've heard all the episodes and you're wondering which would be a good one to repeat, I will admit to being somewhat of a insane person in that I do go back and listen to episodes. I claim it's for quality control, but to be honest, I just enjoy it sometimes, and I've got I've got work where I can have like one earbud in and listen for most of the day. So, as an expert, here's my recommendations. Number one, any of the interview episodes we've done, like literally any of them, they're all super good.
Definitely.
And it might sound like I just don't want to play favorites, but really, like every time I go back and listen to any of them, I'm like, that was really good. And so we've been blessed with like excellent guests so far.
Well, and as we've said too, like if this ever turned into an interview-only show and we just disregarded the album concept, we'd be doing pretty good too. We get pretty lucky with our guests. Yeah,
we'll see where it evolves to. My second recommendation would be the Pit Stop episode we did on covers. Like for whatever reason, I do really dig the vibe on that one. It's heavy on clips and like guest input, so it's a fun mixed bag. And then finally, for actual episodes, I would say I think it's episode number 6, which is on Funkadelic's One Nation Under a Groove.
That's
which
correct.
Is a good episode, a great album. And if you're a fan of like the show getting a little experimental and silly, it has. I was shocked to remember that all of these things happened in one episode, but it has an intro where we play guitar solos. It has Billy Corgan from our ad read taking over the show at one point. And it also has Rick Quinn performing John Cage's 433 on the actual episode.
Kind of a greatest hits in one release, really.
Yeah, like I said, I went back to figure out, because I was trying to figure out where the Rent-A-Billy ad was, and I was like, what episode was this on? And I finally found it, and then I realized all that other stuff happened on that one too. Like, yeah, good stuff.
That's a good one.
How about you? What episode would you recommend people check out?
I think for information alone, like you said, the interview episodes are awesome. I'm a big fan in how we approach the David Bowie episode with the kind of the storytelling and just the information share there. Like, even if you're a fan, there's probably something you're going to learn about it. The Let's Dance album. And then, I think I'll go a different route if you want to get kind of deep and philosophical and pretend that, we have a bit of a Greek philosophical mantra to us. Check out the John Coltrane episode. We get a little next level to it. I would also say that...
And the follow-up with Nicholas from the Church of Coltrane.
Yeah, exactly.
Follow-up for that, too.
I think, though, in terms of like pure analysis and peak of our powers, I would almost say the OK Computer album episode, when we had Rick on, and
that feels like that does feel like a bit of a deluxe episode.
Yeah,
as it should be.
Pretty good. But I'd be remiss if I didn't give a second here to give word to our sponsor.
Oh, that's That's right.
Since the dawn of time, man has searched for meaning. He has climbed mountains, crossed deserts, gazed into the abyss, and yet the answers remain elusive. But there are moments, fleeting, exquisite, where the narcissistic universe forgets it's supposed to be crushing you into dust. The first bite of a perfectly crafted sausage, the crisp snap of its casing, the rush of juices rich with history and longing. New Franks on the block. Not just sausages, no. They are a testament to the old ways. The bratwurst, the Kaiserkreiner, the currywurst, each a composition of meat and spice bound by tradition, forged in flame. You will eat, you will be satisfied, and for one brief flickering moment, you will feel every particle that defines your physical form from your spiritual self vibrating in circadian rhythm. New Franks on the block, hand-crafted German sausages, available now. Surrender to flavor.
I mean, I'm still surprised they're able to get Werner his own brand, but
Yeah,
it works.
Speaking of getting a little spiritual and contemplative, a returning sponsor.
A returning sponsor. That, I mean, perfect for the summertime grill, honestly.
Yeah.
Or Oktoberfest.
Yeah, he knows his audience.
Exactly.
Maybe super quick. Let me ask just one thing. What have you been listening to since we've had a bit of time off? There must have been at least one thing. So which one do you really care about?
Definitely diving headfirst into the one we have on our plate right now, Battles.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I should say other than the one that we're assigned, which again is, at least for me, is not a difficult one to listen to over. And I've listened to it a lot over this time frame.
Yeah, and just
as well as
following them. Exactly. And then a good amount of Minus the Bear again, just kind of listening to some of those less insane math rock type bands that have a little bit more like advanced playing. But, I think Minus the Bear is a good example of like where they use it melodically as opposed to just like, let's make a bunch of crazy notes like the band Hella, which is also good, but just kind of finding that middle ground. And they put a demo up on Spotify of some older songs too, and that was kind of fun to listen to.
Yeah, kind of related to this week's band Battles. I was looking over like demo videos of people using the Line 6 DL4, which is like the classic. I guess it's mostly a delay pedal with like models of a bunch of different delay pedals, but the main thing that people ended up using it for was as a looper. So yeah, I saw one pretty cool demo that was Dave Knudsen showing how he uses
multiples
and botch, I believe, using more than one of those pedals together to create like their loops and kind of style of sampley style songs.
Yeah, it's weird, you listen to their music and then you sit down and try and kind of like figure it out by ear. And it's like, okay, there's actually 3 simultaneous parts going on here because he's layered one, he's looped another, and then like, oh, he's actually playing this on top of all of that. Bastard. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How about you?
For me, I think we may have been brainstorming another cold open question, but we were asking about summer music, and I fell back down the rabbit hole of Oasis, kind of combined with the comeback, and that like I just been thrown on What's the Story Morning Glory a lot, and the like expanded edition that has a bunch of live and demos.
Yeah, those demos are really good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's one deluxe album where like the demos I really enjoy listening to. A lot of times I'll get those and I'll hear demos and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. But like you get like stripped down versions of Some Might Say and Hey Now that don't have like the full bombast, and it's like, oh, interesting. It's just Noel and a guitar.
Have you heard or seen the MTV Unplugged?
I think I haven't seen the whole thing. I've heard stories about it, but yeah, I haven't seen it.
It's interesting if you like the stripped down stuff, but yeah, I mean, obviously there's plenty of mythos to it all.
There's fun to be had as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, as promised, and speaking.
Oh, I do have one more question before I move on.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Hold on.
Did anyone see the movie Tron?
No.
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 No. No.
No.
Yes. I mean, no. No.
I think what Homer's asking is, did you see the new Tron trailer and the subsequent Nine Inch Nails single release?
Yes. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I didn't see the single release. Apparently, Spotify doesn't think of me as a big enough Nine Inch Nails fan to let me know about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You don't
they
get the
are
email
letting
gifts.
me know about a new release from somebody named Naoki, who I have no idea who they are. But I did see that trailer. I did hear the song. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, the song's pretty return to form. I feel like maybe not, it'll never be Downward Spiral or whatever, but
I need a towel.
At least, with teeth type stuff.
Yeah. I guess I need to hear it separate from the actual trailer, but it did sound like, oh, okay, we're resuming. It's not that he's going in some completely different direction or like trying to grab like some super earlier era. Like, oh no, we're resuming where we left off when we did kind of step off the train there for
like he's playing awesome electronic rock over videos of possibly like machine generated people or something. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
but
I'm here for it. And I think I mentioned to you, I was like, so we didn't cancel Jared Leto, is that right? Like he's still allowed to be to us.
I don't know. Is he allowed to lead?
Is he leading?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't clear from that trailer. But
I think his role as the Joker did more damage to him than the actual scandal stuff. Yes,
that and as the wacky cousin in House of Gucci, I think was supposed to put him under too. But yeah, I thought when you had a scandal and bad movies, that was the key to actually getting kicked out of Hollywood. But I guess not.
I think it's more of a temporary thing. Yeah, even Louis C.K. was in town last week to a full sold out.
Apparently
McCall Hall.
Apparently time heals all wounds, including ones that probably should not.
Yeah, and it's almost as if there's worse things going on in the world to draw the attention away. So.
Yeah, maybe they're just sneaking under the radar. Like, like, well,
comparatively speaking, you're not that bad.
Yeah.
But without further ado,
another pair of guys who are no strangers to bad behavior. We wanted to send you off with at least one segment we know everybody loves, which is Noel Way, where I read off some Oasis stories and Helio has to tell me whether they are true or false. Are you ready?
Do we need a commercial break real quick?
We can take one if we got one.
I think we do.
And out there is Helio. Hi, folks. Billy Corgan here with a brand new service for the discerning bad leader who refuses to put up with other people's shortcomings. Rent a Billy, where I, Billy Corgan, will personally come in and re-record the parts those lazy, shiftless bandmates are unable or unwilling to perform correctly. All you have to do is wait for them to turn their back and then dial our number, 1-800-RENT-A-BILLY.
Okay, drums, take 104.
Sounds like Neil Peart.
Oh, sorry, that's my phone. I'm just gonna go out for a smoke break for a second, dude. Yeah, that's definitely Neil Peart.
God damn it.
You've reached Rentabilly. With admittance of your call, a licensed and bonded Billy Corgan will be in your studio to lay it down the right way. Your way.
Go Billy.
Oh, hey, dude, I'm back. Wow, is that my last take? Man, I was sounding pretty good.
You sure were. But wait, that's not all. Rentabilly can also sub in for other professions like wrestling promoter, cat sitter, astrologer, and podcast host. Don't let your so-called partners stand in the way of your dream. Call Rentabilly today. Back to you, Brady and Elio.
Thank you, as always, Mr. Corgan.
Is his podcast still going on? I haven't heard any news drop from that lately.
I haven't seen anything pop up, but I saw his wrestling promotion is now on the Roku channel once a week, so I guess they're moving up in the world. Yeah, maybe he'll be there. Who knows?
Okay, here we go. As promised, Noel Way. Noel Way story number 1. In 1995, when Liam invited a group of strangers he had just met at the local pub to watch Noel in the recording studio, Noel smashed Liam over the head with a cricket bat, and that bat later sold at auction for an undisclosed price with a certificate of authenticity.
Yeah, probably true.
Okay. Started you off with the softball there. That one is definitely true.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if they'd be cricket fans or not. But
I was sad we didn't get the actual price of what that sold for. Undisclosed.
Yeah, that's got to be out there.
Okay, number 2. Noel on what Liam is up to after his band that he was working with during the hiatus called BDI. Noel on what Liam was up to when BDI broke up. And here's the quote. I think he probably is working on, developing the perfect album. The thing they have where they're just smashing albums into each other to see what the fuck happens. I think he's got one of those in his house, and he's just throwing tracks at each other in hopes that they will create some kind of fusion, and out will pop the perfect album that will never be bettered by any other human being. I messed that up a little because I was afraid of spoiling something. Okay, hold on. He said, that thing they have in Switzerland, the Hadron Collider, where they're just smashing atoms into each other to see what the fuck happens? I think he's got one of those in his house, and he's just throwing tracks at each other in the hope that they will create some kind of amazing album.
I'm going to say false, just because I can't imagine you know what the Hadron Collider is, but...
Well, you're correct, but only because he does know what the Hadron Collider is. But the quoting question was not about Liam creating music or albums, but he said it's about... He was actually talking about creating desert boots. Noel said that he believes he's at his house shooting desert boots at each other in the Large Hadron Collider to create the perfect boot.
Wow. Okay. That's even more vexing. But kind of a funny image, yeah. Yeah. Just having a cigarette in his mouth and just a living room full of boots everywhere. And okay, what's next?
Story number 3. Noel once said that he would prefer Liam to be more famous because that would mean that he would be more likely to get shot.
True.
Yes, that one is true.
Good Lord.
Number 4, Noel and Liam have an older brother named Paul, who once wrote in a book that their mom would only let Paul take Liam to football matches because, quote, Noel's too dopey. He'll start daydreaming and forget that Liam's there and lose him.
Oh, definitely true.
Okay. I mean, as fun as these stories are, it's hard not to be able to pull them out and be like, yes, that's
I can definitely imagine him, applying that quote to David St. Hubbins. I'd be a full-time dreamer.
Yeah. You may notice that the only time they're false lately is when I purposefully change one thing within
Minor misdirect.
There's too many good ones to like sit around and like. I mean, here's the rub. It's easy to find good ones that are real, and it's difficult to write fake ones that are as good as the real ones. So, not my
true.
fault.
But you might have to enlist a robot for that.
Okay, last one I have here. Liam commenting on a picture of an American music festival. Quote, Americans take Halloween a bit too seriously.
We do. True.
That one is technically false because he was actually commenting on a photo of a KKK rally.
God. All right, that's fair. Yep.
Americans take Halloween a bit too seriously.
Yeah. It's a lot of ghost costumes right there. Yeah.
And to truly close out the little mini episode we're doing here, so we wanted to take an insurance spin. Without being too spoiler alerty, we're working on making the battles episode extra nice, and we're trying to coordinate a few spinning plates. So there's a possibility that it doesn't show up as our next mainline episode, and we wanted to see what the random number generator will serve up just in case we need to have something else here.
And for the record, in case corporate's listening, we're not working. I mean, we are working. It's just that, this one's taking a little more time for reasons that will be disclosed at a later time.
You can't rush art, right?
No. I mean, I guess you could.
So I've got the number generator up. Do you have the magazine or the list open? Look at that. He's got the magazine. All right. Once again, affirming that I am spinning between 1 and 500. I have not accidentally done 1 through 100. And here we go. Hitting start, letting it roll a bit, and hitting stop.
Right.
I've got number 447. What do you got? Let's see.
Well, I've got David Bowie, Diamond Dogs.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So we might be doing a follow-up Bowie episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Let's see. And that was 447.
Yeah, 1974 release.
Okay, so the write-up on that says, the conceptual classic from 70s Bowie with a thematic twist of George Orwell's novel 1984. It's a kind of magic that only he could produce, full of mythology, dark and twisted feels. So yeah, that wouldn't be too bad.
No.
Surrounding it on the list,
we love Bowie.
Yeah, surrounding it on the list, I see Suede's Sci-Fi Lullabies. I think we've talked about Suede a little bit. There's a little bit ahead is the Arctic Monkeys AM. That's the famous 2013 release, which is like the most rookie album in terms of how old it is compared to it actually making the list.
Oh yeah, that really is. Yeah.
We have a little bit of PJ Harvey, Big Star. The B-52s self-titled came in at number 452.
Personally underrated album. Tusk by Fleetwood Mac at 445. It's a good one too.
Yeah, and actually we're not too
ABBA
far
on this list.
And actually we're not too far from. ABBA I think is the one. Is that the one? I don't know. Is that I thought that was like the one compilation album.
Oh, Arrival? It might be.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
When we spin it, we'll dig into it.
Yeah. But I was going to say that's also not that far away from both Battles Mirrored and Patti Smith's Easter, which are 436 and 435. So we're killing it on the 400s. We're clearing them out a little bit. I think we may.
And normally I'd ask, like, do we need to spin again because we've already done Bowie? But he has 9 or 10 albums on this thing. So
yeah, I mean, chances are
kind of hard to avoid.
Yeah, chances are you spin and you're going to get another Bowie album. So
yeah,
not so
exactly.
Not so bad. Okay.
All right.
You got any interesting intro music to play us out? I want to see what we got.
Oh, interesting, huh? Let's see. Let's see what we got. Digging down to the old song well here.
Give me a surprise.
Hmm.
And some of this list is kind of absurd. And Patti Smith, she used the N-word. And it's a podcast and you will love it. It's the Indy 500.
Well, you see her name and she appears.
I mean, she might. I thought she was touring this fall anyway. Yeah.
I was listening. What was I listening to? There was a live album I was listening to where the singer said, "Hey, did you guys know Patti Smith is playing like over here?" Damn, I wish I remember who that was.
It sounds familiar for some reason. Well, anyway, okay. I guess we should
it'll be a mystery. Maybe we'll bring you the answer next week.
Exactly. All right.
Well, thanks for listening to our mini episode, guys.
Have a good summer break.